You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Tedesco Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Stuart Tedesco Show. I'm Dave.
I am Melissa.
And, oh, shit. I have to get writing.
You have to get writing?
Yeah.
Oh,
My
daughter be?
Yes, daughter will be here by this time.
All of a sudden, I just had a little cough.
By this time next week. Sooner, actually. Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Friday, so when is she coming?
I want to say, let me take a quick calendar check here. 6 days from today. They get here on the Thursday, I believe.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I
get to meet the partner.
Oh, you've never met Chris?
No, I have not met him.
Okay, yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
love to. I would love to. I would like to see who stole her heart because, she seemed to be pretty picky and pretty, she knows what she wants kind of thing. She wasn't just throwing
I
I don't know.
Going by the boyfriend before? I don't know.
But I don't know. Well, whatever.
Of the knowing what she wants.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just curious. I'm curious. I mean,
the name of the show is I don't know.
It might as well be because most of the time in my life I really don't know,
Sure.
and I can't tell you how many times I wish. I tried, and I definitely do this for my kid, and I definitely did it for him, like when he was young too. I wish more adults just fucking admitted when we were young. I don't know. There are way too many people that I feel like they were always trying to explain things in life when honestly, sometimes you just really don't fucking know.
I'm trying to think. Did my parents?
All right, mine did.
I don't remember one way or the other. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
Maybe they were explaining shit and I wasn't paying
I just feel like
attention.
there's way too many teachers and authority figures and so forth were always kind of always think that they always had the answers when really sometimes I realize as I'm going back I'm like, oh, that was not
okay. Well, I can tell you this. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we've talked about this before. When I was in teacher school, now this was again, back in Bedrock at the Flintstones, right?
Right, yeah.
So when I was in teacher school, they specifically taught you.
That would be the 80s.
Yes.
That would be the 80s, pretty much Flintstones Bedrock.
They taught us, do not admit to your students that you are wrong.
Ugh, see, you don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Right. Don't admit that you don't know something.
No, I hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
That was, and there's still some from this, no pun intended, but it is a pun. There are still people from this school who, they cannot, they will not admit that they're wrong.
It's disingenuous, and I really fucking hate it. And I just feel like that was one of the things. If I had been told back in the days, back in the Bedrock days, that that people who knew, who said they knew, didn't really know and just admitted, I don't know the answer to that. And back then you couldn't just look it up on your phone like you can now. Like now you actually could look it up on your phone. But back then you really couldn't. And you had to go to an encyclopedia. You had to do things.
Wikipedia says, I don't care what your Wikipedia says on your phone.
Right, exactly. And sometimes you can, and then you can't always depend on what's on the internet anyway. So there's that. So on some level it doesn't even matter like back then or today, because back then you couldn't find out like easily, and now you could find out easily, but who knows if it's correct.
It's one of the things that I have tried. I don't know how successful. I don't think I'll ever know if I'm actually successful with it, of trying to impart to my students a couple things. One, that 9 times out of 10, there isn't just one right answer or one wrong answer. There tends to be a lot of gray in there too, right? It's very rare, except for maybe math. You can always find some different ways of looking at something.
Yeah, unless you're talking about names and dates.
Most of the time.
Most of the time names and dates
Which nobody gives a shit about those.
Right, and nobody
up.
cares. Because nowadays you can look all that shit up.
Stuff.
Nobody cares about that. Yeah. We care about what happened and all that shit.
And the other thing
how it affected history going forward.
Is trying to get kids, because I don't remember, think it, and this could be just me getting old and, it was better back in my day kind of thing. I'm trying not to be that way, but maybe it was. I don't remember. Someone can.
There's probably some things on it somewhere. Yeah.
Is being comfortable with not having the answer, or being comfortable with being wrong about something, is being able to say, hey, you know what? I used to think this, now I think that. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this.
That comes with
and in
maturity.
real time.
That comes with maturity, I feel.
Yeah, but there was never anybody when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. There was nobody there teaching that stuff.
No, there wasn't. I had the same thing.
There wasn't a lot of. There was always like, you do this because I said so, or because that's the way, without explanation. And now kids want explanation, which I like.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
Because if you can't explain it, then, dude, maybe you should.
I know. I mean, I think that, and maybe I do think part of the fact that I was curious. I
don't want you to throw shit in the room. This is why I don't want you to.
This is why
stab Billy with a pencil.
Correct. There are reasons.
Yes.
There's reasons. There's consequences. There's things that could really get hurt. They could get, their lead could like really literally get stuck in them, and that could cause a problem. Like, there's so many things that could happen. Anywho. Yeah, I just feel like back then I really could have used somebody to tell me that sometimes you don't know the answers. Sometimes you were just wrong. I did have one fourth grade teacher that was actually kind of instrumental in teaching a little bit of that, and I'm really appreciative of that particular teacher. His name was Mr. Sharman. Shout out, for real, Mr. Sharman.
Is he still around?
I bet he's no, I don't think so.
Okay.
He was great though. He was a strict teacher, but he also was like, he would encourage you to think for yourself. He would sometimes give you the answer and then go, right, Melissa, think for a minute. Did I just give you the right answer?
Right.
Think for a second. Like sometimes he would, and then sometimes he wouldn't. And I loved that. That was a teacher that made you think about stuff. So he was my first introduction to that. And then I did have another male teacher that kind of was instrumental in that as well. That would be Scott Reinhardt, who is still around.
Yeah, not too many, at least where I'm teaching right now, there's not too many kids who want to be encouraged to think.
Yeah,
just give it to me so I can get it done and then go on my phone. That's really
right.
But again, that could be just where I am right now.
I think. Well, I mean, there's some kids like my kid definitely was of the type who was like me, and like I mean, he was not satisfied with just having an answer thrown at him. He wanted backstory on stuff, and I was the same way, and I'm still kind of the same way. Like even at work, like. Okay, I understand. All right, so you want me to do this, but I really need to understand why. Because for me to really do it, and if I understand the why behind it, then it'll sink in better for me if I understand the why. So it's not just liking to know things. It really is. It does really help me with keeping things, like remembering things and learning and all that kind of stuff.
Well, a perfect example is today. Oh man, am I going to get fired for this?
You've never said where you work, so we don't talk about it.
Well, today there was a training on using all of the Microsoft tools. Mm-hmm. And speaking of being stabbed with a pencil, I was ready to stab myself in the eyes with pencils.
I bet.
Because it was just a big screen.
Is it the new Microsoft stuff, the new Microsoft AI tools shit that's being thrown at us?
It wasn't so much AI.
Oh, because that's being thrown at me all the time at work, and I freeze to use it.
No, but we're going from a mishmash of different things to everything being all of the Microsoft tools. Mm-hmm. So Word and PowerPoint and Outlook and Teams instead of Zoom and all of those things. We're just going to one thing. And again, it was just somebody, for the most part, just showing us stuff on a big screen. Mm-hmm. And we could do it along with him on our computers, but if I had no reason to do it, it's nothing that was sticking in my head, and I just wanted to go stab myself with a pencil.
Yeah, I'm in Microsoft Teams now at work. I don't like. Some people use it a lot. Like Dan and his crew use it a lot because they really, that's where they do a lot of their interaction, because they're not like, I'm in an office with 3 people. We send each other emails. We see each other. We talk. We don't need to have a Microsoft Teams. So much.
They're doing.
But I joined it because I was included in it because I'm still I'm a front facing MAG employee
now, right?
Yeah, so I'm a front facing MAG employee, which is great. Which I love being a front faced MAG employee, but I'm not in the same kind of category as some of the other people. So I'm like, I mean, great. Thanks for adding me. I don't know when I'm ever going to use it. I mean, I guess if somebody sends me a message or something, I guess I'll see it. But I'm like, I don't really know because I just talk with my own people, like my own, my volunteers, and the other people I work with, my managers. I just talk to them.
Well, I'll say this.
Or I send them emails.
I'll say this. And coming up, and I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks when I have off from school, I'll be able to get the basics set up. But in my campaign, it'll be more official next year. We will not be using Slack or Microsoft Teams or any of that stuff. We'll be talking in person and maybe some email and face to face and just going out and talking to voters and not, being bureaucratic, administrative.
That's what you're going for. That's the vibe you're going for.
That's the vibe. Yeah, I
like the vibe. Yeah. It's a good vibe.
So a quick housekeeping thing, just to keep you updated. As of this moment, right on this Friday, Billy Bragg is not coming on our podcast.
I did see the ad for him though, and I'll tell you why I saw it because I have a story to that too. Okay.
We still haven't heard back from his management. Maybe I just haven't been added to the right Microsoft team or the Billy Bragg Slack channel. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I have to get on MySpace or something. I don't know. But no, I haven't heard back. I'd wait. I did do a little poke on the Twitter, because I won't call it the X. On Twitter, I did do a little poke, and I didn't hear anything back there either. So just going to have fun with it. The occasional social media thing, or, maybe I'll send one more email. Because we get emails like, and then they'll quote follow up, hey, don't know if you saw the first email I sent you, and we can edit your stuff and put it on YouTube, because I already do that. Which,
I don't need you. I already do that. I'm already doing that.
I need to pay
myself.
you to do something.
That's part of what I do.
Yeah.
That's my job. That's my job.
Well, it's my volunteer job.
Well, I mean, we're doing it just for fun. We're doing it so the two of us can hang out and have. And I just used to hang out and have beer and bitch about shit.
If I really thought that it would do something
with everybody in the world who wants to listen to it.
If I thought it would bring in enough revenue to make it worthwhile, fine. It would just be one less thing for me to do.
Right.
But it's not going to bring in any revenue, and I don't need to spend more money on the show. I spend enough of my own money putting out the Stuart Pedasso Show, the media empire.
The media empire.
Yep. Well, we're on Pillow Fort.
I do want to buy some. I was looking into some books to purchase, so I think I will go to Powell's through our website again and buy some books from Powell's.
StuartPedasso.com. There's Powell's. There's also, if you think Powell's might be a little too pricey.
I haven't had any issues, but there's probably other ones. I'm sure.
Well, also at our site is Better World Books.
Oh, okay. I'll check them out too.
Yep. And they seem to be an independent thing as well.
All right.
But we got both of them on there.
All right, cool. I'll check them both
out. So Billy Bragg, I can check that off, will not be on the podcast anytime soon. Oh, so you saw the ad?
Yes, I saw the ad. The reason I saw the ad, I'm so excited.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to even be nearly as excited as I am, but we found out just in the nick of time, literally a day before the tickets went on sale, that Psychedelic Furs and the Jesus and Mary chain were coming to the Kodak Center, which is where Billy Bragg is also going to be. So that's where I saw the Billy Bragg when I was when I went to their website. I went to the link to check into it, and so Dan got the code to get the pre-sale tickets. He got the pre-sale tickets. He got us really good center seats. Not like the most expensive, of course, but not like the cheap seats. Cheap seats either. Like really good seats. I'm so excited. Cool. I don't know if you know either band at all.
I've heard of both. I know a little bit of the Psychedelic Furs. I really don't think I know anything from Jesus and Mary Chain.
Well,
I do
The
not.
Jesus and Mary. Well, the Jesus is their called just by their fans, like most of their fans. Dan is I would say I'm more of a Psychedelic Furs fan, and he's more of a Jesus fan. But the Jesus and Mary Chain, their song "Head On" is one of our songs.
Okay.
We have a couple songs that we consider our songs, and "Head On" is one of them. That was actually one that I decided on a very early on in our relationship.
You decided.
Yeah, I just said it. We were out one night, and I put it on, and I was singing it, and I was thinking about him, and
You
he was
do that a
there,
lot.
and
You decide who your songs are with people.
yeah, I do.
Like I had no vote in the fact that our song is "Mole in the Hole."
Wow.
I'm just saying, I had no vote. I know that's what I'm saying. I had no say in this. But,
Well, I also kind of say safety dance as well, because you and I have talked about it so often. I feel like that could be also, but "Mole in the Hole" is definitely our song. At least it's the Stuart Badasso official song. It may not be yours and my song, but
well, I would think that is the Stuart Badasso song.
yeah, that is the Stuart Badasso song. Is "Mole in the
Kind
Hole."
of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, Dan and I, "Head On." It's a really awesome song. I love it so much. I listened to it the other day on. So I, of course, because he got the tickets, now I've been, and it's not even until fucking October. But then one night I was home making dinner, cleaning the kitchen. Of course, I just put on a Psychedelic Furs on my Apple Music and just played a bunch of Psychedelic Furs all night. And then I traded that to when I've been riding the bus and going to work and stuff. I've been listening, and then coming here as well. I've been listening to the Jesus and Mary Chain. I'm just so excited, Dave. I'm
on the
so
bus,
excited.
you don't listen to Weird Al? Another one rides the bus.
I love Weird. Oh my God, I would love Weird Al. Honestly, if Weird Al comes near here again, I'm pretty sure. Dan
No, but
and
I meant
would
that
go.
one song though. Another one rides the bus.
It's a great song. I fucking love Weird Al. I do. I've already seen him live. I would see him again
have
though.
not.
I saw him live. He opened up for the Monkees. Sure did.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty great. It was like probably like 86, maybe 85, 86. Yeah.
He's done a lot since then.
He has, but that was like in
Just
his like a
saying.
surgeon days, and that was pretty
Oh.
great. That was like, I think that was his hit at the time, was like a surgeon, and he did that one up really well. Like all of the songs he did were like videos, almost like he was doing a video. It was fantastic. It was a great stage show.
Cool.
I will say. I hope his stage shows are still great.
Well, he's older now. I don't know.
He is.
You know, if
He
he
is.
can
But he's
jump
still.
around.
But you know what? He's still poignant. Like people fucking love him.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about
Isn't
what he
that
did. I'm just
great?
about jumping around on a
Right,
stage. show
true.
Thing. Yeah.
But isn't that great that like my son thinks he's great? Like kids still fucking know who Weird Al is.
I mean, he could be like B.B. King in the last 20 years. He just comes in and sits down on a stool. That was
I mean, true.
yeah. That was
Yeah, Jerry saw BB King a couple times and
Trying to
said
think-
he was great. I mean,
He was. I'm just trying to think if I ever
He had Lucille
saw
and
him
everything.
play standing. I don't know.
Yeah, Jerry saw him a couple times, and both times he was sitting with Lucille.
Yeah.
But you were just honored to be in his presence,
Sure.
so who cared? Nobody cares.
Oh no! And the playing,
You're like
the
you're
music
just
was
like
still
you're
good.
honored. Like BB King's sitting here, and I'm
Well,
honored to
he
even
wasn't-
be here.
He was never a dude who's like playing the guitar
No, he
behind his
wasn't.
head.
No,
and-
he was.
Yeah, yeah.
He was always like chill blues guy.
Yeah.
And he was cool like that. But yeah, I will. Yeah, but I will say that was like one of the legends that my ex saw that I never did, and
Mm-hmm.
I do wish I had, because he said it. He said both times he saw me, it was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, bet he was.
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
Okay, I guess it's just a hard turn.
Yeah, I mean, we can do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
we want,
So last week, it was on my list to get to, and I didn't, and because
that's right,
there wasn't
we
any,
did.
because
Because we were just being all chatty, goofy. It was a good show.
Oh, yeah,
though. It
Carrie,
was fun.
yeah,
We had
yeah.
a fun time.
And so I thought I would just bring. This is an interesting thing. So we're going to get a little political here. So for many years, I get the thing. Oh, Dave, you would just stop being a Green and run as a Democrat, and we can go down that road.
Yeah, but I feel like we've talked about this
okay.
many times.
But here's the thing. So lately, as I've been ramping back up into activist mode, because I was still, my toe was still in the water a little bit, but I wasn't like I used to be. And as I'm getting back into it and getting ready to run again, some interesting things have occurred while I've just kind of like sitting around minding my own business. And this has been the case for years now, but it really, especially lately, like I'm just sitting around minding my own business, and all of a sudden people in charge are like taking ideas that I've run on. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the originator of any of these because I'm not that smart, but at least...
But you've talked about it.
But at least in this town, nobody was talking about it, at least not in public. Maybe behind closed doors or at, ISO meetings where they just talk to themselves and, I don't know, do book clubs. Or they used to. They're not around anymore. So I went in to see my friend, Alex, and he was like, hey, did you see the draft of the 2004 master plan for the city? And I'm like, I haven't. Why are you bothering me with this? He's like, why? Why are you telling me this?
2004?
Or 2024.
Oh,
whatever
okay.
I said. Sorry. 2024. Sorry.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I haven't
no,
read
Alex,
it.
I haven't. I know you have. But...
I know you have. You know I haven't. So why are you bringing this?
I love that. I love that it's adorable. He's adorable enough to think, like, give you the like, maybe you have read it.
No. He knew it. It's this game. It's this game we play. He knows I haven't read it. I go to him. He tells me what it says.
I know.
So I was
I go to him when I have questions too.
So what? No, I didn't read it. What does it say? Yeah. And he was like, well, it says that they're looking into planting fruit trees in public land around the city. And then there's this awkward pause. There's this like no talking for about 30 seconds, kind of awkwardly. And he's like, weren't you talking about that like 10, 12 years ago? So I kind of
I was. Yeah,
it's kind of on my website. Yeah.
It was a big thing. I thought it would be a great idea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. So like a couple days later,
we're still all for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totes. Yeah. Fresh fruit for the people.
I'm at the city council meeting, and I was there to speak about housing, and there was a lot of people there because it was like the last time you could speak to city council before they voted on the budget. And this dude who I know him. He gets up to speak, and he has his job is at a nonprofit that air quote helps children. And he was thanking city before he said what was wrong. You always try to thank them first for something. And he was thanking them.
Yeah, sometimes buttering people up first before you
tell
stick
them
it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
So he was thanking them for including in the draft of this year's budget a pilot program to start children's savings accounts where every child born in the city would start off with a savings account with money in it. And I looked, I was like, hey, that sounds familiar. Did somebody run on that? Oh, yeah, that was me. I ran on that. I did a video. It's on YouTube. You can still watch it from 2019. Hi.
That was me.
So they've done that, and they've done stuff with streetlights that Alex put down, and they did stuff with co-ops and screwed it up that we talked about in 2013 and 19 and screwed it up. And they keep taking our stuff. And so, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're pushing to start a public bank in Rochester.
I did see that too.
I think did we start talking about that in the show?
We did talk about it a little bit, yeah.
So like, hey, somebody, that was me.
We talked about that.
Actually, there was a few of us doing that too. And so it's just like thing after thing after thing. So if I run as a Democrat, first of all, I'm never getting elected that way. Now, someone may argue, well, you're not going to get elected as a Green. No, can I tell you why?
I know you. Yeah, I know why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and say why.
Somebody's already done it.
Yeah,
a Green has already done it.
Yeah.
And all of the Democrats who would call him for advice and they would talk about stuff wouldn't take his calls. Like, I am tainted. Yeah. There's no way. Even if I said,
you're right. You have a better chance running, honestly, on your own platform. I agree. And there was a time I would have agreed with you, but because of what you're talking about right now, I guess I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised. Like, there was a part of me that thought, maybe, and then
we would be accepted,
right? Maybe, but then when you weren't, I was like, I guess I'm not surprised. Yeah. It was just like a hopeful, like maybe. But now, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Win, lose, or draw, the stuff that we bring up, it needs like it seems to need like 4 to 5 years for someone to finally say, hey, let's do this now. So it'd be one of the hooks or whatever you want, campaign things I'm going to talk about is, hey, wouldn't it be nice to not have to wait 5-6 years for these ideas? Here's the person running on it right now. You could put him in office and maybe it'll happen sooner. instead of having to wait since 2013 or since 2019 or whatever.
Whatever it is.
So it's just been very interesting. So when folks are saying, well, if you just and also I would say is I will borrow this idea from people who I really don't have much respect for, who say, if you vote, you're just participating in a broken system or something like that. But if you continue to vote for the same thing, then you're participating in that broken system. So there maybe I can get to enough folks this year and change up a few strategies.
I think the point is, like, whatever you feel like, I mean, I hate to say this, but I'll even play the devil's advocate. Even if you're like a super duper, whether you're a super duper left wing, right wing, in the middle, somewhere in the middle there, I just feel like whatever you feel, if you're not in the game, you're not doing anything. You're doing nothing.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, it's the one thing you have. Like sometimes it's all we have. I mean, it isn't.
That, but
well, for some people, it's all they have.
But it's the tool in the toolbox,
right? It is a tool in the toolbox. So whatever you think is
how
broken, you can't do anything if you're just going to sit at home on election day, and that means all the elections, not just the presidential.
So I get people in my family who are still in this. Oh, Dave, why do you just keep doing this Green Party thing? It's like, well, because those are my values.
Well, I mean, why don't they just? I mean, honestly, just show them what happened to the person that we're,
I've said that.
Like, I think that alone says everything.
And they just go, oh well, and then they don't say anything. I'm like,
but it's true. It's right. I know. It's true.
Right. Right. And so I don't get. It's an interesting. It's the same kind of conversations, only in a more dramatic way.
I feel like the oh well is really just like they wish it could be different. Maybe it could be different with you. I don't know. I feel like it's more of that line.
As much as
just knowing your family.
As much as the Democrats try to just totally outlaw third parties, they do everything but. In fact, the Jill Stein campaign just submitted 3 times the required signatures in Nevada, and the Democrats are suing them.
Yep, I saw that.
Just like, dude, just fucking run a decent candidate, and you wouldn't have to worry about the Green Party.
Everybody
the Green Party would disappear if you ran a candidate who didn't. Yeah. Blow dead donkeys, then second reference of the day. Then you wouldn't have to worry about it. The Green Party would literally dissolve. But you keep trotting out these shit for brains, and this is what you get. These genocidal octogenarians, and this is what you're gonna fucking get. And then they do everything they can to keep dissent down. And that happens locally too. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be running locally, and steal my ideas.
Yeah, locally we should really try harder to get third party candidates because it is going to be harder on the grand scale, and I get that. But if we can start, just
it has to start locally,
right? No, we just need to get more of them, and I think Rochester can do that. I don't know what the answer is. Obviously, I would be able to fix it, but I mean, if I could, but I don't. So I don't know what all the answers are, but I just feel like if we could get some third party candidates, like on there and getting them in office and having them see, hey, look, I am different. I'm exactly what I said I was going to be.
Yes, that is true.
I said I am doing this. I am not doing that. You voted for me because of what I said, and I'm still sticking with that.
Oh yeah. No, I am totally going to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I know you, and I know other Green Party people are the same way, and yeah.
So it'd be interesting if folks actually voted their values.
Yeah,
and that would just stop worrying about these boogie monsters that keep getting trotted out.
Well, I mean, Trump is a boogie monster. He's pretty bad.
Look, dude, so is Bush. So is Bush 1 and Bush 2. And
but have you read the Project 2025?
Yeah, but yes. But look, dude, no matter what happens, we should be out. Biden wins, we still need to be out in the fucking streets.
Oh, with 100%. Right. I still believe that.
So I'm like, you might as well vote for your values if you need to be out in the street anyway. I mean,
I think it depends on where you live. I feel so I will tell you this, and I did want to talk about this because I just watched this right as I was leaving, putting my makeup on, because I like to watch the news online while I'm putting my makeup on, and I try to watch mostly independent channels. So this is from the Midas Touch. That's one of the independent channels I watch, and they showed a recent Fox News poll that was done that Biden is up 7 points from the last time they polled, and technically he is up above Trump. He's 2 points above Trump, and that's in a Fox poll. And to me, that says, this is what it says. It says, one, people are paying attention, and most of the reasons people said, there was 2 reasons people gave why they're voting, why they plan to vote for Biden over Trump, or why they approve Biden over Trump. One, because they're concerned about our democracy, and that was the big one. And 2, I think the other one was like, honestly, it was just back to normalcy kind of thing. Like, people just don't want that nonsense, that MAGA nonsense in our Oval Office, and then like they just don't want it. So I feel like that's some really, really bad news for Trump, thank God. And then 2, I feel it could be good news for third party liberal parties. And the reason I feel that is I feel one of the reasons a lot of people won't vote for a third party candidate, and I'm one of those people that are on that fence. I'll be honest about it. I do support Jill's agenda more than I support Biden, but I also am very concerned as a woman, as a parent, as having many transgender friends and family, and all these sorts of things that I'm like really. I'm scared of there being a Trump presidency. It frightens the fuck out of me. It really does frighten the absolute fuck out of me. A Biden presidency won't be probably any greater than any other thing, I guess, but it won't be Trump is, I guess, my point on it. However, I feel that if it's showing that Biden is doing really well, I think in states, especially places like New York State, which Biden is more than likely to win anyway, I feel. But if the polls are showing he's doing really, really well, I think it would make more people more comfortable with voting for a third party candidate. Even maybe with the, honestly, maybe even with Republicans, maybe it might even be the same thing if Trump was doing really well and they would go, fine, I'm going to vote for this other wackadoo.
I don't even know who the Libertarian candidate is, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they've actually named it. I know. Oh, did they name it?
It was just some nondescript white guy.
Nobody we know. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody famous. So anyway, I just feel I feel that the better Biden is doing in the polls, I'm hoping that means people fucking won't rest on their laurels and still go out and vote, no matter whoever. I just feel you need to go out and fucking vote anyway. But I also feel like there'll be a lot more people going, you know what? Fucking Biden's probably going to win anyway. Fuck it. I'm going to vote for Jill Stein because that's actually what I really want. And I want to put my hat in for that and hopefully look like we can do better. That is my take on it. And you can totally feel free to disagree, of course, because we respect one another in that. But that's my feeling about it. Welcome to my TED Talk. That wasn't really a TED Talk anyway.
Well, I do disagree.
I know you disagree.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know you disagree.
I just look at, okay, Biden wins, right? And do
you think Biden's going to win? I think
probably, yeah, he's probably.
I do think he's going to win, but I want.
And that's going to take a year for all the riots to stop from those crazy ass MAGA folks.
I know.
Whatever, it's fine. And the cops won't do shit to him, so they're going to be able to go unimpeded because they are the cops. Cops are in that.
I know, it's ridiculous.
So.
I mean, it scares me either way. I mean, I'm scared if Trump wins because I know that it's going to be a horrible 4 years. And I know if Biden wins, there's going to be riots in the street from the crazy MAGA people. If Jill Stein won, I don't know what would happen. Like, I honestly don't know what would happen. Like, what would people do? Do you think that they would assume that there was something rigged? They would all say it's rigged.
Yeah, but how?
I think they all would.
Who would rig it that way?
I know. I don't know. It's weird.
Who has the power to rig something for the Green Party, for crying out loud?
I know. It would be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be awesome. I mean, that would be my dream. That would be a dream come true if it came out that Jill Stein was the winner. Everybody wrote in Jill Stein.
Well, okay, she's on enough ballots now. As of right this moment, she's not on New York's ballot. And she has been declared, what's the word? Not disqualified, but she's not on the ballot. But there are legal routes that are being, to try to overturn these undemocratic.
They are so undemocratic. Laws. Fucking ridiculous.
In New York State. Anyway, but she is, as of right now, on enough ballots to get enough electoral votes to win the presidency. So
all right, that's cool then.
It is mathematically possible.
Oh, all right, that's cool. I'm down
and
for
this
that.
isn't over, so she'll be on more states, and who knows, maybe find a judge that isn't a total douchebag and actually goes by the law. And
I know, I would really like. I mean, why isn't like somebody like the ACLU step in with this bullshit in New York State? Honestly, it just seems so undemocratic. I don't understand why somebody like the ACLU hasn't.
They defend Nazis. I don't know.
But they can defend Nazis. I mean, I hate it, but they
I know.
can.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They defend Nazis, so why wouldn't they? I know.
I don't know. I don't understand why they haven't stepped in.
Could be because they're afraid of doing something like that has to do with politics that could upset their 501c3 standing. I don't know. Who the hell?
Oh, it's true. I don't know. There may be. I mean, you might be right about something like that too. Yeah. I don't know.
So I've been doing this to different degrees since the 90s when Ralph Nader's first run for president, and there's always.
Did you vote for Nader?
Yeah, it was always not this time. There was always the worst one.
I know, every time.
Okay, Trump loses. Let's say, because he's probably going to lose. Trump loses, and he's in his upper 70s, and he is literally falling apart.
Oh,
like on stage.
Watch him.
He's literally.
He is a mess.
He will not be. If anything, he'll just be crapping his pants in 4 years from now. He's not running again after this. So, Ted Cruz. Somebody like that is going to be the next one. It'll be fucknuts down in Florida. DeSantis. There's going to be the new boogeyman. Oh, we can't this time, Dave, because it's Ron DeSantis.
I don't think either one of them are as bad as him, though. Neither one of them talk about dismantling the fucking Constitution.
No, DeSantis just does it. He's doing it in Florida. And Cruz is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, he's just.
But I mean, my point is, there's always going to be. This time.
Right, I get it, and I agree.
Never going to be the right time.
Right, and
you have to make it the right time.
Right, I agree with you. I do agree with you. So don't, and I know, and I kind of knew you're going to say this, because I agree with you. Because there's a level I do, and it is that way. Like every year, it gets
4 years,
fucking worse and worse.
2 in New York State because the next governor thing. Well, we can't have that Republican as we can't vote Green. So.
I don't know what I'm going to do about that because I can't stand our governor. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
And we know that
I'm probably going to vote independent. I can't in good conscience. I mean, considering what she's done to indigenous people in this state, I can't in good conscience vote for her. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
If the Republic, I'll just say this right now, and everybody will fucking hate me for saying it. I will not do that, and y'all can fucking hate me for it, but I won't.
So
everybody has their place. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't.
Look, the people in charge are not going to change the system. Yeah. And I'm talking about the Democrats too.
Right.
Actually, more towards the Democrats.
It just sucks because
they're just not going to do it.
Here's the. You have to. I mean, you must agree that the GOP, as fucked up as it is, has never put forth something like this. A guy who is a criminal, a literal criminal, and they have never done this. This is insanity.
He's pretty icky, no question.
This is the ickiest of ick. I could not even have imagined this level of ick. I would never even have thought of this level of ick. And it cracks me up now, of course, looking back. This is where I can agree with. This is where I say I do understand and I agree with you. I remember thinking how bad Bush 1 was, and then Bush 2, I was like, oh my God, he's so fucking terrible. Well, he was terrible. His handling, I think, of 9/11 was terrible. I think his handling of gay marriage, he made that his big thing. He was like, oh, the gays can't get married. That was a huge fucking thing, and I think he partially won because of that. He was terrible. But this is like a level of insanity. The man is full on, he has obviously dementia, or he's starting dementia. It's happening.
They both do.
Here's the difference, though.
Well,
Here's the difference between the two, though. Biden has people working with him that I trust more than anybody that Trump would want working with him.
When
it's
you
not
have
just that.
dementia, the base, the underneath thing is, I can't even say that because Biden's done shitty stuff too.
Everybody's done shitty stuff.
Well, okay, but not. Look, Trump's shitty stuff is more narcissistic, whereas Biden's shitty stuff is ideological.
It's Trump's stuff that he's done. If he gets in office, okay, I'm just going to put this out there for you. You know they want to make porn illegal.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Which is, of course, such a silly thing.
It will never
think about.
Make it illegal. That's not going to make it go away.
Right. Of course it won't. But I can't. The fact that they want to even try to do anything like that, the fact that they think it's okay, the fact that they're. It just. I mean, I've read the fucking Handmaid's Tale. I've read it. I've read it several times. I didn't watch the show because I only could get so far in it. It was just way too. It was way too fucking terrifying. But I don't know. I think I just see this from a different angle than you do, and which is totally okay. And that's why I'm glad we're talking about it, because I do appreciate your take on it, and I don't disagree with your take on it. We do say it every because I'm a registered Democrat. Yeah, Democrats every fucking 4 years. But that guy.
And okay, so this isn't to you. This is to anybody. So, are you voting or doing anything? Your activism, your letters to the editor, your clicktivism, which I'm not discounting. It's again, tool in the toolbox.
Right.
Do you do it to get the society you want, or do you do it because you're afraid of something you don't want? And that's what people have been doing this for decades to try to stay away from what they don't want. And so we end up getting this crap. So when you get, I was successful, I didn't get what I didn't want.
Right.
But now I'm stuck with this pile of shit. Different pile of shit. Maybe that pile of shit's bigger and smellier, but I'm still in a pile of shit. Same thing comes along. Yeah. And I'm just like, so at what point do folks, anybody, say, you know what? I'm going to start fighting for what I actually want. Not just complaining about rents. When am I going and the prices of housing? When am I going to actually do something about it? Not just complain about it. And now I'm kind of expanding it and not just about voting.
Well, how about I'll put in this scenario. And this is the scenario that eats me up. And I'll just tell you that. Also, you know how my brain works. I'm constantly, my brain just doesn't stop. So this is one of the scenarios I think about. What if, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll say it. What if there were enough votes for Jill Stein that Trump won the election? Like, they literally could say Jill Stein, because of the amount of votes she got, took enough votes from Biden that Trump wins the eletion. I don't think it's going to happen. Now, I really don't believe it's going to happen.
Okay, fine.
But that's the kind of thing that eats me up.
Okay, because I can tell you this.
Okay.
Nobody takes votes from Biden. They're not his votes.
You're right. Nobody takes. Nobody gets. Votes are there. The votes are within you. You decide who you vote for, and that's that. And if Biden isn't doing enough for what people want, and they decide, well, I'm going to vote for Jill Stein, then they are going to vote for Jill Stein. And that's fine. They have the right to do that. And I honestly, for the most part, I don't give shit to anybody who just does that. I just don't. Like, I know people that voted for Jill Stein over Hillary Clinton, and I still don't think that's the reason that she lost. I really don't.
Well, okay. So
I don't. In her case, I really don't believe so. And I don't. And there was no way they could prove that anyway. So I don't fucking believe that.
Well, the Democrats say it anyway.
I know, but they don't have any way to prove it.
Right. Same thing with Nader. They still say it now.
Right.
I'm still out in the street dealing with fucking Ralph Nader. People blaming Ralph Nader.
Yeah,
for 2000.
They can't because they can't. Like, it's just not obvious. It's just not obvious enough.
The exit polls say that most of the people who vote green wouldn't show up to vote anyway. Okay. So even if you do accept the thing where you take votes away from Biden, you don't. First of all, you don't.
Okay. You know what? Thank you. Oh, my goodness. All right. Thank you so much for saying that, because that is actually, you know what? I needed to hear it in a certain way. That makes sense.
Jill doesn't make it on the ballot, and I'm still not voting for Biden.
Right.
I will write in fucking
you wouldn't have been
Stuart
his vote. Right. You wouldn't have been his voter
Right.
anyway.
Right.
You know what? I just never really thought about it on that level. If that's what the polls, if that's what they, is that what the polls say, that people who are green and wouldn't vote anything but green anyway, so you pretty much don't.
But let's go by that logic, okay? And we'll go back to the Hillary one.
I'm saying, what about Democrat? Like, I know that my husband voted for Jill Stein. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he would be mad if I told him to send any of that to anybody. I don't think he's embarrassed by it. So yeah, I know he voted for He voted for Jill Stein over Hillary Clinton, and he was like, "Oh, I'm still voting for a woman to be president. So, and I'd rather this one than the other one."
Okay, so if you still just Dave, no, a vote for Jill Stein is taking a vote from Joe Biden. If I cannot convince you of how not true that is, okay, fine, no problem. But if you do that, then you have to give all of Gary Johnson's votes to Trump, and if that happens, Trump would have won the popular election. So you can't just do it for the Green Party if you're not going to do it for the Libertarians. Right. Because if you do it for both, Trump wins the popular election. And then now you don't even have that to say anymore, that Trump has never won a popular election. So you just... It's this maneuvering by the losers, by the Democrats, who want it. Can't be their fault. It's never we ran a shitty candidate, we ran a shitty campaign.
Oh, I think that's exactly what happened with Hillary
But
Clinton.
that's all they say, though. It's Green Party fault.
Yeah.
And look,
I mean, I'm a Democrat, and I'm like, nah, y'all ran a bad candidate. It was a bad choice. I said it right from the start.
And they're running a bad candidate now.
Yeah.
You can't run shit like this and then blame anybody else for losing to Trump.
You know what? I think
you could have run any other fucking Democrat. Almost any.
I don't think they could have.
Oh, dude.
It's just not like what people do. If somebody had said, you know why? I'm going to tell you why. I think if they had said, yeah, we're not going to run Biden or Kamala Harris, which I also think would be a bad choice. We're going to just pick this other one. Then that would be like, oh, so I guess these last 4 years of Joe Biden have been really shitty, and I feel like they would have been able to use that as a thing. That's my feeling on it as far as a campaign tactic.
I think just talking to enough Democrats, you would have gotten sighs of relief.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. I'm telling you, that's why I think they might not have. It doesn't mean I agree with it. I just, because I talk with people all over the place. I've talked with Republicans who have some sanity, and Democrats and Green people. Everybody I know says, I really wish somebody had, I have Republican relatives and friends who are going to probably vote for Biden because they really hate Trump that much, but they would have preferred another candidate to vote for other than Biden.
I'm still back
but they're doing it basically because you know why they're doing
Trump
it, because they don't
I'm
want to
still
vote for
back
him.
Oh man,
you're not going to. I'm just saying, you're not going to convince my family members.
No, I'm not.
Like people like that are not going to.
I'm just still, the frustration for me is, it's like the Democrats are not putting out anything that a lot of people want, and they're holding their noses and voting for it. And it's just, I don't want to use this saying again because I've heard it so many times it's trite now, but this is why we can't have nice things.
What they are putting out, I mean, like they want to, what do you call it, make Roe versus Wade law. Like that's one of the things.
They won't do it.
I think they'll do it. Dude,
they could have done it for decades, and they're not going to do it.
I think
they're going to keep fundraising off of it.
I think they're going to do it.
I need some kind of evidence to show that they would even try.
They talk about it. I know. I know.
I still
but
need
I don't
some
think
kind
it
of
really.
evidence.
I don't think it really hit until now.
Man, dude, no. I'm sorry.
You don't think so?
No, they have had ample opportunities to do this, and they've just fundraised off it. They are never going to do it. They've never shown it. Even try when they've had all three parts of the presidency, the Senate, and the House. There's
When
been
was the last time
times
that happened.
well, definitely the first 2 years of Obama.
Okay, that's
was it
right.
the first year of Biden? I might be wrong on that, but I want to say the first year of Biden.
maybe.
I could be wrong, but definitely the first 2 years of Obama.
I wonder if there was
They
somebody.
didn't do shit.
I
when
wonder
they
if
had
there
the whole
was
thing.
if there was somebody like what's
And I
his
know
name,
we've-
like
and-
Manchin or something that they thought wouldn't sign on.
And
to it.
we know we've talked. I know we've talked about this, but I've stumbled onto the research and now I look for it because Bernie does this too with single payer health care. And John Conyers used to do it with reparations, that they only bring up those bills, those super lefty bills, when they know they won't get voted on. So they won't even get brought up for a vote, so that Democrats don't have to like make a stand on it. I'm telling you, they will not. They're not going to codify abortion rights. They're not. They're going to keep running on it.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong.
I'm not, dude. It's only been how many years since the 70s?
I hope you're wrong though.
Since Roe v. Wade came out.
I only think
70
I only
whatever.
think it's a possibility. I mean, it sucks, but I feel like the only reason I feel like it's a possibility is because of all the bullshit that's going on in some of these other states. I mean, I do think it's going to happen, but I think that's the only reason why. Which is still a fucked up thing because they should have done it when they could have.
Love you. It's wishful thinking.
I know. I'm
They-
a hippie. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Show some evidence, dude. I'm there. Show some evidence.
I know. I just think it could happen.
Okay, so I'm going to get into the weeds. Wow, we're sorry. This is really political today. This week,
know. It happens.
So a local thing.
Hey, at least we didn't talk about plants.
We could. We did.
my house
we
plants
did,
are doing pretty good.
Yeah, but we did talk about planting trees, though.
We did.
I worked
did.
it in.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
The
All right. We got
political aspect
we got our old people plant talk in
Now
there.
it's time for Dave's gardening corner.
Oh my god,
I'm not gonna say green thumb because I kill
'cause
shit.
That's terrible. I know. me
The
too.
minute I can keep a cilantro plant alive, I will call it Dave's green thumb. But I
Really
cannot.
cilantro just can't not
can't-
working for you, huh?
No, it never has. Never.
I had an indoor cilantro plant once that did really well.
Okay.
Just once though.
Damn it! You're not getting me off this track here.
Okay, all right.
You evil temptress. With your cilantro talk.
Don't talk about plants. Stop it.
No. So okay, local.
Local
Okay.
stuff.
So I gotta admit, this caught me off guard. I hear it was just last week, and it was in part of this thing where I'm finding out about all these other things that are getting proposed. There's something called, and it might be, I know in New York, it's called this. It might be called something else somewhere, but I think you'll know what it means. Good cause eviction law, which means basically it's illegal to just for a landlord to just evict someone just because, or to evict someone because they want to kick them out and then jack up the rent. Right. And there's been advocates, myself included, who've been pushing for this for a little while, and then to me, out of nowhere, 9-0. There's only 9 people on city council. 9-0. This bill for good cause eviction protection got put into committee.
What?
Right. Out of nowhere. We hadn't even gotten to that yet. The housing advocates, that was our next thing. We were still tying up the loose ends around a survey, a vacancy
I'm just
survey.
shocked when anything positive happens.
Hold
I'm
on,
like, wait,
hold on.
are you going to ruin my...
Yeah. Well, of course I am. Of course I
Because it's
am.
a fucking man always.
Not
Or the woman
me.
or whatever. It's the man is the man.
It's good. I'm just the messenger here.
I know.
So I hear this and I'm like, what? Seriously?
Are y'all really?
And they're like, well, here's the thing. So it's only good for buildings or for landlords that have 10 or more units. So if you have less than 10 units, it doesn't apply to you. Now,
And that's
I'm
a lot
not,
of buildings in there.
But-
There's so many
no, no,
four
no.
families around here.
But so suppose you're a big developer and you own all these things, like that's who we're going to go after, these big, evil corporate overlord people. I'm not even a business person. And the minute I heard that, and I'm like, oh, okay, I just open up all these different LLCs. Each one of my LLCs owns 9 units or less. Goodbye. I just got around the law. Mm-hmm. I'm a dumb business person who wants socialism and communism, and I see this the minute I heard it. You could drive a truck through this loophole. Like, I can get this. You don't think any of those 9 people who have been on city council, some for many, many, many years, some who run nonprofits, some who do all these things that they've done, they wouldn't see this? Dumbass Dave, who's never really run a real business, can see this a mile away? Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, and they're all Democrats. Like, and none of you can see it, including people we know and love.
I know. That's partially why. That's partially why I'm in the back wincing a little.
So my point is, I have no trust of. Maybe there's an individual who I like, and I might even vote for on occasion. Even now, I don't know now, but. The system itself, as long as there's just one party rule, like in this city, or even just so-called, put air quotes on 2-party, because they all have the same donors, kind of, we're not going to get real systemic change. You're going to get nibbles around the edges, right? I just keep saying, look, are you gonna work and vote for against what you don't want, or are you going to actually fight for what you do want? So that's fine. I'll keep doing this. I will keep throwing myself on the door of the castle. One of these days, maybe someone will accidentally open it up by mistake while I'm jumping, and I'll make it in. But
ha! Here I am, Dave. I made it in. Ha!
Right. And if I ever were to win an election, I will be so marginalized. My bills won't. I totally understand. But here's the thing: I'm not going to wait to make sure I have a majority to bring a bill up. I will make motherfuckers vote against it. So
and then you'll talk about it.
Yep.
And then the people can talk about it.
People can see that these other ass clowns voted against something.
Yeah. I totally get why you want to run it. And they do too.
I'm not. Yes. Oh yeah. I know they do that too. Yeah. So it's going to be, that's so, look, folks, here it is. I will get it. I haven't been on my soapbox already, but here's my one in your face soapbox thing. Just really start working towards what you actually want. Yeah. Not to avoid what you don't want. It's just, it hasn't been, we've been doing that, and it hasn't been working. The longer we keep working to just not get what we don't want, those moneyed interests, I hate that term, but those moneyed interests, they've just taken over. We don't see it, and I know I'm sounding conspiracy-wise, but show me how I'm wrong. We see the donations. What is it? Sunshine something.org. The foundation that shows what our politicians and where they get their money from.
Oh, okay.
Sunshine something.org. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I want it to be Ray of Sunshine, but I know it's not it.
It's not it.
It's cute though. It would be Ray of Sunshine.
Oh,
it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah,
I'm going to show you all the rays of all of the places.
Crappy stuff. Yeah.
Man, that could have been better.
What?
Ray of Sunshine. Oh, no, I'm just thinking about it as a marketing.
No, I know. Hold on.
For marketing, I'm thinking it could have been better.
Look up.
Because you point your rays at all of the stuff that's going on. You're like, look what's happening over here. I'm pointing my rays at it. Look at what all these companies are donating. That's what I was thinking. You're making a face.
Well, okay, I'm getting IllinoisSunshine.org. Come on, what's the generic? Why is it giving me Illinois? What the fuck? I wonder if my VPN's on and it's thinking I live in Illinois.
All right.
Hold on. Now I want to know what this says.
Now you gotta know.
No, I do. Nope, keeps giving me to Illinois.
Now you're in Illinois, apparently, according to your VPN right now.
Now I'm at reformforillinois.org. What the fuck's going on? Well, there's opensecrets.org. You can always go there.
Yeah.
Jesus, what the fuck? All right, Open Secrets. Anyway. So, yeah, just go poke around, man. Go, like, in Open Secrets, I know you can look at, like, healthcare. And they'll show you all what the Congress people in the Senate and the House, how much money they've gotten from the medical industry.
Hey, can I say something about healthcare really quick?
Please do.
Okay, this is really, really quick. I posted this on my Facebook, and I do think I helped a friend who took my advice. If you live in New York State and you don't think that you qualify for free healthcare, you actually might, or very, very low priced healthcare. You really actually might do it. And if any of you are interested in this and you hear this podcast, send us an email. Or we get emails. That's probably the thing that mostly we get.
Yeah. You can send an email,
yeah.
stuartbadasso@gmail.com.
Yep. Send us an email and I will give you the information that I have for the person that I talk to renew my health insurance. And even though I'm working and I have a house and I have all these different things, I am still poor enough that I still qualify for cheap health insurance. So if you have health insurance but you're really struggling or you don't have it at all, please reach out to us and I will give you the information because the person that I deal with, she's amazing, and she said, hey, if you know anybody that needs free or cheap health care, send them my way. I will hook them up. So anyway,
you can stuartbadasso.com, our contact page. You can also do it through there.
Yep.
Or even if you do it social or any of our social media, I'll get it to you.
Yeah, we'll totally. Yeah, because I mean, she's awesome and she's really she's great. I haven't had any problems with my healthcare ever since I've been doing this with this one particular person. And she just was like, she just is one of those people who's like, I want to be able to help as many people as possible.
And while you're doing that, you can also help candidates who want single payer healthcare.
Yeah.
Because there's only one.
Yeah. That too.
You know who that is.
I might be sitting across from him.
Okay. No, I meant nationally.
Oh, nationally.
Nationally.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do anything for city council with healthcare.
No, nobody cares about that.
No, you can't. There's no. You don't have the ability.
Right. We don't have that.
Yeah. That would be interesting. A citywide single payer healthcare.
Oh God, I don't know. That's another whole podcast.
That would talk about driving up housing costs. Jesus.
No.
All right. So, I don't know. We'll be back. In theory, who knows? Maybe we'll have a guest or two because certain somebody's in town.
Yeah, could happen.
Could happen.
We'll let you know.
No, you just
You'll just find out. You'll just fucking find out. Like
by the way, however you get this show, if there's a way for you to, I don't say this too often, and I should, but I don't. If there's a way for you to to rank us or something, like if you get this off the iTunes or Apple or whatever, give us a bunch of stars, even if you don't care. Even if you don't, damn, they're talking about politics again. Give us 5 stars so other people can find out about us and listen to us.
I did. It was really easy.
Yeah.
I just did it. It was simple.
Or wherever. I mean, I don't know if they have anything on Audacity or wherever else we are, but
I'm on. Well, I can get it on iTunes, so that's where I did it.
Yeah, we're in every place you get your pods.
Yep.
Except Spotify, because fuck them.
Yeah.
Don't use Spotify for a number of reasons, but just don't. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
On that note, have a lovely week.
Yeah. Goodbye.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go mess with some plants.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Bye.
Draft Hole.
You bet on all the biggies in sports ball, NFL, NBA, college sports ball, but it wasn't enough. You started to bet on the WNBA even though you've never watched a game in your life. You've even put money down on a prop bet that Juan Soto would adjust his cup over 3 times in a matinee spring training game against the Orioles AA team. It's still not enough. We see you. That's why we at Draft Hole are done playing around. Download the Draft Hole betting app today and bet on all the shit you're used to, but we go where no legal bookmakers are willing to go. Little League. Little League, bitch. Are you ready for it? Here's Amanda Mount, our in-house expert on the Pittsfield, West Virginia Little League.
Billy McGuire didn't finish his math homework for Mr. Kane. He may not be able to play in the big game this Tuesday against Mayer's Hardware. Will there be sprinkles on the Griffith Bait and Tackle Shop soft serve? Put your money down on Draft Hole.
Now that the restraining order has been lifted, Amanda Mount is back hanging out at Little League games, and you get to reap the benefits. Download and join on the Draft Hole app and get daily tips from Amanda. And if you join now, you can get a free wager for the upcoming playoff deciding showdown between Jenny's Gluten-Free Bakery and Loose Stool's Mullet Emporium. You're not into gambling until you've downloaded Draft Hole.
Draft Hole.
Gambling is for people with the guts and courage to bet on little kids. We really don't care if you end up losing your kid's college education fund and giving blowjobs at the bus station to make your next wager. Sure, you could be spending that time and money on doing things you actually make the world a better place. Hell, you could probably save all the elephants with the amount of money you've poured into gambling. But if you ever feel losing every friend you've ever had is important to you, feel free to call the Draft Hole Gambling Hotline at 1-800-238-8447. That's 1-800-BET-THIS. Leave a message at the prompt and Amanda or one of our interns will call you back between Little League and Pee Wee football.